Hello. I learned something interesting about apologies, and I wanted to pass it on to you because I really had no idea about what I learned, and you may not either. It may help you to understand people in your life, or maybe even why you do a certain thing. So I'm sure everyone knows those who apologize appropriately. They've done something to hurt your feelings. They've broken something unintentionally, and they say they're sorry, hoping to smooth things over and not cause an issue with the relationship. But you probably also know people that apologize for everything. They over-apologize to the point of being irritating. And then you probably know also people who will never apologize. They could be caught with their hand in the cookie jar and still not say they were sorry. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple stories from my earlier years, and then I will explain why the over-apologizer and the non-apologizer have something in common. So when I was in junior high, my parents were gone. And I don't know if we had just had a dishwasher put in. For some reason, it was novel. And I decided to use regular dish soap. As you can imagine, soon there was a bubbly mess coming out of the dishwasher, and I was scared shitless that my parents were going to come home. I was trying to clean up the water as it was pouring out, and of course, what happened? My mom and dad came home and caught me. Now, they had a really good idea of what had happened. They asked me if I had used regular dish soap, and I denied it and would not say what I had done or that I was sorry for the mess. Now, I was embarrassed because I had done something stupid, and I was ashamed. But would I apologize in that instance? No, and later I'll explain why that might be. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, I am now a person that apologizes for everything. I'm sure it is irritating to people. I could bump into a counter and say, I'm sorry. And when I realized that this was an issue for me was when I was in Walmart one night and I asked an employee, clearly an employee with the blue Walmart vest, where something was. And he was so irritated that I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother you. I'll just find it myself." And he let me do that. Well, when I was telling that to someone later, they said, "Are you kidding? That's his job, and you apologize to him for asking him to do his job?" That's when I realized that I'm sorry is something that comes out of my mouth very often. I thought I was being a pest. I thought I was a burden to the Walmart guy. And so I just did my own thing because I didn't want to risk him getting more upset. Now, you probably know already what is behind these two different tactics, I guess you would say. I'm sitting in a really uncomfortable chair, so I'll probably shift more than once. What I learned that the over-apologizer and the person that refuses to apologize are both born, I guess you could say, because of childhood abuse or trauma in a lot of cases. So the over-apologizer has been told that everything is their fault, and they learn that if they just say, "I'm sorry," it will avoid further conflict or punishment. "I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm really sorry. Please don't hit me again. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry." That is the kid that grows up being a people pleaser and also that says they are sorry for things that aren't even their fault. It is just a way they learned how to cope, and it carries with them into adulthood. Then there is the person that doesn't apologize at all. And this can come from being often shamed. They come to the conclusion that if they apologize, it actually reflects on their character, not just that there was an action that was a mistake. And so they don't apologize because they don't want their character attacked. They also don't want further conflict, by the way. But they don't, how do I say this? But they think that they are avoiding further conflict by not apologizing and just acting as if there is nothing that was done wrong. Oh boy, this stuff from childhood can affect us in so many areas. It's just that I never realized that my habit of saying I'm sorry all the time, still, by the way, might have stemmed from my childhood. And so if you apologize all the time, or if you find it very difficult to apologize, those are a couple explanations of why that might be. In either case, you think you are avoiding further conflict. And you're avoiding that conflict because you are very familiar with it as a child. We all have our coping skills. And apparently, these two things, other than just normal apologies to smooth things over and salvage a relationship, have something in common. Low self-esteem. Because in the case of the over-apologizer, they think that everything is their fault, and therefore something is wrong with them. And in the case of the person who doesn't apologize, they've usually been shamed or criticized so often that they just can't risk it by admitting to something that they think may then be taken as a reflection of their character. Life is strange, isn't it? We do the best we can. Just things that I thought were interesting and I wanted to pass on. Okay, take care.